Welcome to the Publishing Hour Show, where we are here to inform you on how to write your book the right way, the first time, and so much more. Now we have host Apostle Jimmie Jamra, formerly evangelist. Now look and see what we have just for you on the show today. Welcome to the Publishing Hour Show with Apostle Jimmie Jamra.
This is Apostle Jimmie again. I'm just kind of taping the sign here. This is the Jackson Ward, and this is where we're going to be taping today with the Box Brown Imports. And I just wanted to just pull the sign here, and it's talking about Jackson Ward. And before the Civil War, this neighborhood was a home to free blacks and enslaved individuals, along with the European immigrants and Jewish residents. And it says the area served as a city electoral district 1871 to 1903, and it's still called Jackson Ward. By the earlier 20th century, it had become one of the premier centers of African American business, social, and residential life in the United States. The black-owned businesses such as the St. Luke Penny Saving Bank, the Southern Insurance, and Company, the Richmond Planet newspaper, and Middle Hotel, later Eagleton Hotel, thrived during legalized racial segregation. In the 1950s, the new interstate highway Biscuit, trying to see what that is, Jackson Ward. In 1978, the area became a National Historic Landmark. So this is the, I know they be talking about here, Jackson Ward, Jackson Ward, Jackson Ward. I never knew what it was, and I am really finding out the history of Richmond, Virginia. European free blacks, enslaved individuals, European immigrants, and Jewish residents was in this area. This is very interesting. Alrighty, we're gonna stay tuned to more of the Publishing Hour show with Alex Lawrence will be on in just a moment, and Box Brown Imports in the Jackson Ward district area of Richmond, Virginia.
The splendor of the King, clothed in majesty, let all the earth rejoice, let all the earth rejoice. He wraps himself in light, and darkness tries to hide.
Hello there, this is Apostle Jimmie Jamra with the Publishing Hour Show. And the Publishing Hour Show is where we inform you on how to write your book the right way, the first time, and so much more. And today we are in Box Brown Imports with Alex Lawrence here in the historic Jackson Ward district. And this is an awesome store, and we're going to go around. It's about Henry Box Brown. And Alex, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit of history about the store.
Yes, again, I'm Alex Lawrence. I am the owner of Box Brown Imports, named after the infamous Henry Box Brown, who was a 19th century slave right here in Richmond, Virginia, who shipped himself from Richmond to Philadelphia in a wooden crate.
Oh, wow.
So just like Henry Box Brown was seeking his freedom, we are actually helping global artisans in third world countries who hand make and handcraft goods. It's called fair trade, and what we do is we bring the items over here, we sell the items, and we actually send them a fair wage back. This helps them with, sending their children to school, actually building schools, and actually giving them sustainability to take care of their families and their villages.
wow. What countries do you represent here?
Wow, numerous countries. We have Guatemala, El Salvador, Kenya, Ghana, Nicaragua, just numerous countries.
And you said Ghana. I had an interview yesterday with some of your associates, and I told them I was supposed to be in Ghana right now. So, and you're telling me Ghana too. And I'm going to step away from the camera, and I just want you to just walk around and talk a little bit about the items in the store to help our viewers see what they can come and get. And let's start right here with the Henry Freedom Box. And since this is a publishing hour where we talk about books, and this is one of your books, I'm just going to step here. Can you tell me a little bit about the Henry Freedom Box?
Yes, Henry's Freedom Box is a true story.
Let's grab that book down so that people can see it. Put it in front of the camera. There,
Sure. It's a true story from the Underground Railroad. So many times, especially our children, all they know about is Henry Box Brown. They may know about Frederick Douglass, but they don't know about the other great slaves who were involved in the Underground Railroad. And Henry Box Brown is one of those slaves.
Okay.
I actually go around to the schools and I read this particular book to the kids because it's very interesting and it's well illustrated.
Oh, wow.
And it tells the story of him actually just being born right here in Louisa County, right into slavery. And as he's growing up, how he is forced to come to Richmond, Virginia to work in the tobacco fields, or into the tobacco warehouse, excuse me. And then just some things just happened to him. He did get married, he had children. His wife and children were sold and taken away from him, sent to North Carolina. And that was pretty much the last straw for Henry Box Brown. And he came up with this ingenious idea of how he was going to receive his freedom. So my goal with this book is to get people to think outside the box. Okay?
I love that. Think outside the box. I'm thinking of Henry Box Brown putting himself in the box.
Yes.
So you want to think outside the box.
We don't
That's
want to go
awesome.
back into the box.
Oh, right, all right. Wow, that is so interesting. And you do this throughout the school year?
Yes, I do.
And this is through the county, just here in the county of Richmond?
Well, it's the city of Richmond.
The city of Richmond.
city of
you don't go outside of the
If they
city.
call me, I'll come because I want to tell the story to all.
Okay, well, I know the publishing hour, the counties that we are seeing in is Louisa, Goochland, Ashland, of course, Richmond, Henrico, and I did say Louisa. It's like 6 different counties. And then we also seen on the Verizon lineup, and that's all the Chesterfield, everywhere else. So anybody that's seeing this show right now and would love to have this book written, spoken to your students, what age group?
Oh, we work with the elementary and middle school mainly.
Okay.
In high school, we actually have a different program.
Oh,
but
really?
it's still thinking outside the box.
Great. And do you do this during Black History Month or just any time?
Anytime, but of course, that's when I get the most calls is Black History Month.
Wow. So call Alex here, and what number would they call you if they're interested in you coming to their area just to talk about Henry Freedom Box Brown and the book? And then we're going to get into a little bit more, but what number would they call?
They can call me right here at the shop. That's 804-225-0908.
Amen. Now I'm going to step away from the camera, and I notice you have something over here about Henry Box Brown. So let's go over here and see the picture of him. And it was 18. I can barely see that. I don't have my glasses on.
1815.
1815 or 1816
Yes.
after February. And then it says the 26th in 1889. So is that when he died, was 1889?
That's what they're saying. No one knows for sure because, no one knows where his body is.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm going to step away from the camera and I'm going to let you go and tell a little bit about that. We're going to move all around and see this gorgeous shop. And we're going to talk with Alex here about Henry Box Brown. I want you guys to see the actual picture here. I love it. It is just so interesting. Okay, tell us a little bit about what's here in front of you.
This particular picture is actually depicting him coming out of the box when he arrived in Philadelphia. This actual artwork was donated by the Library of Virginia. It was actually a part of the Trailblazers.
Okay.
And it actually went around to all the libraries that were in Virginia for one complete year.
Wow.
And then once it returned back here home in Richmond, they donated it to the Box Brown Imports, the store.
Wow.
Now, we do look at the fact that he was born somewhere around 1815, 1816, and like I said, he was born right here in Louisa County into slavery. What we don't know is the actual date, because most slaves did not know what day they were born. But as far as Henry is concerned, he received his freedom on March 24. So what we do, we celebrate his birthday the same day he received his freedom.
Okay, okay. And what year was that?
That would have been right here, 1849.
1849. Let's see if we can get this here. Publishing hour show. Trying to move the camera around here. I think we're not going to make it over here. Let's see. I have to cut some of this. Okay. And this is the story about his birthday. He was a skilled worker. Tell us a little bit about him.
Well, of course, yes, he was a skilled worker. And a lot of them, like I tell the children, when they think of slavery, many people think that it was just a horrific time. And it was, because you were pretty much taken away, they took away your rights. However, there were many slaves who actually loved their slave masters, and Henry was one of them. Him and his slave master actually got along well, because the slave master took care of him and his family. And it wasn't until his slave master actually died of illness that the son took over. And at that time, that's when Henry started witnessing the brutality of slavery. Wow. And he was brought here to Richmond, Virginia.
Wow.
Okay. And he had also had, he married a woman named Nancy. He had 3 beautiful children. But while working in the factory, that's when his family was sold from him and sent to North Carolina.
Oh, God.
Yes. And he had this brilliant idea of seeing himself inside of a box being shipped. And that happened again on March 23rd. He arrived there on March 24th. It took him 26 hours to actually travel from Richmond to Philadelphia, sealed in this box, and it was a 2x2x3 box, and he was 200 pounds and about 5'8".
Whoa! Yes. He was a big little guy.
Yes, he was.
Oh my goodness!
And then from there, he actually went on to England, and he went to England because, of course, at that time, you know, he had people actually looking for him. There was a warrant out for his arrest. So he went on to England, and he actually started telling the story. He became an actor, an abolitionist. He was helping others try to receive their freedom as well from slavery. But he went on to tell the story, and he just reenacted himself coming out of the box.
Wow. Now, what address did he ship himself to? Was it friends, or did they say?
Well, it was actually to abolitionists in Philadelphia, because up here again up north there wasn't a lot of slavery. So if you could get up north, then you could receive your freedom. So definitely he was sent to. I'm not sure if you can see this.
Let's see if we can get back around here. The little camera is going around and around and around and around.
And all we have is that he sent himself to William Johnson. That's in Arch Street in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Okay, okay. So that is so interesting. Now, how long has the store been here?
We have been here 1 year.
Oh, because it's so beautiful. So beautiful. Is anything else you want to tell us about Henry Box Brown before we started talking about the store?
Well, basically, the whole motto for this particular store is to think outside the box. Even though Henry put himself in a box, he did come out of that box, and that's how he received his freedom. And that's what we want people to actually start thinking about: their freedom, the freedom of the mind, the freedom of the spirit. Start thinking for yourselves and start creating and making things for yourselves. Hence why we work with Fair Trade.
Wow. Well, we're going to take a break and we're going to get into the fair trade industry. After this break, we will be right back on the Publishing Hour show with Box Brown Imports here in the historic Jackson Ward District. Book. Now, I wanted to go into two topics here. And the first one is a dream and an idea. So I started off with Webster. And Webster states that a dream is a series of We are back here on the Publishing Hour show with Alex Lawrence here at the Box Brown Imports, and we're just going to go around the store and he's going to tell us some of the items that he has here, the country and what they came from, and just a little bit of background about that. What are we standing here? You have jewelry here on the side. Tell us a little bit about that, Alex.
Well, first of all, let me let you know that I actually got my training just volunteering at 10,000 Villages. 10,000 Villages, in my mind, is the mecca of fair trade. They're pretty much almost in every state or every city. The history of them are the Mennonites, who actually were in these third world countries that would actually be there with the artisans and the co-ops. And then they would come back and kind of tell their stories about what they saw in these third world countries. And then eventually they started bringing the items back and actually showing people. So that's how 10,000 Villages pretty much got their start. I took it a step further. Even though I do work with the artisans in third world countries, I also chose to work with local artisans because our local artisans are pretty much in the same boat. This is a trying time, but the artisans are here can actually create things with their hands as well. So I wanted to feature them in the store. Here you see jewelry. It's beaded jewelry, very heavy, very intricate jewelry from Guatemala.
Wow.
And they actually make bracelets and the necklaces as well.
Those are gorgeous.
Thank you. And we also, behind you, have skincare products, hair care products, and this is actually local right here. These are local artisans who actually make these items.
Wow.
Here it's actually the Box Brown line that is actually going to come out this year. We just started actually making the products, and it's actually a skincare line featured for men in dealing with shaving correctly and naturally, and not using those chemical products on your face.
All right.
Here are Wooden Things, and Wooden Things is almost just like a small collection of his items, but he hand makes ink pens and card holders. He does chess sets, he does wine stoppers, he does numerous of things. He actually makes guitars by hand that you can actually plug into an amp. All by hand. He does great work.
And you have a guitar here.
Yes, I do have a guitar that I can show you later.
Okay.
Yes. This is a lafia. These products deal with Togo, West Africa. And their line is called Everyday Shea, or the Beautiful Curls line. Everything is made of shea butter. The shea is coming straight from Togo, West Africa. And when you buy these products, it actually enables them to build schools in Togo, West Africa.
What's that again?
Togo, West Africa. It sits on the side of Ghana, not too far from Ghana.
Oh, wow. This is awesome. And you normally see these items in larger cities because I came from the D.C. area or Atlanta. And Richmond is somewhat small compared to where I've been.
Yes, it is.
And to see that we have these products here, and maybe people that have moved here from various places and they're looking at the show today, and they can come here. What's the address in which they can come to pick up these items?
Yes, we're at 518 North 2nd Street, right here in the heart of Jackson Ward. I am near the Hippodrome Theater, the Maggie Walker House, and also the Black History Museum. I sit in the middle of those historical sites.
And they are on 2nd Street. I was telling Alex, I've never been over here, and I've been here for almost 5 years.
Yes.
I'm not from Richmond, and that's the problem. It's a lot of people that have migrated here for whatever reason, and we really don't know a lot.
Yes.
You know, if you don't connect with the right group or what have you. You just don't know. So I want to just let everybody know the hidden places here in Richmond, Virginia. Now we're going to move on around, and what do we have? Where else would you like to go? We got more jewelry, but this looked like our president here.
This is our president, President Barack Obama. This is actually a local artisan who created these earrings. His name is Todd Parsons, and he is a Obama fanatic. He loves Obama. He definitely promotes him every chance he gets. He does flooring or tile for your floors as well with the Barack or Michelle Obama. We actually have some of those on the wall as well, if you can swing by a little later. And we have some more products that we're going to show you a little later from Todd Parsons. This jewelry right here is actually from Nicaragua. And they actually use the wood, the scrap wood, that they find in dumpsters or what have you. And they create beautiful jewelry, just as you see.
Wow, that's gorgeous.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, and moving on around, we do have more jewelry from Guatemala, the beaded jewelry, and jewelry from Nicaragua as well. Here we have chosen a selection of note cards and a postcard, of course, from Box Brown. But our note card collection deals with historic Jackson Ward. You see the Elk Lodge is what we're calling now the Mansion, the Hippodrome Theater, the Black History Museum, the Maggie Walker House, and also the infamous Bill Bojangles Robinson, who was a tap dancer right here in Richmond, Virginia. So we do have these note cards, and they are on our website for purchase.
And what's that website?
The website is www.boxbrownimports.com.
All right, we're going to make sure that we get that, because the Publishing Hour may be seen here locally in Richmond, Virginia, but it's also seen around the world. We uplift it to YouTube, and we actually go onto Facebook, and so people that normally wouldn't know about you, they will know now.
Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to keep on moving around. We have handmade soaps by Brown Sugar Naturals, and she just specializes in different fragrances. I wish you could smell this. They smell good. Most people who walk in the store, they say, oh, your store smells so great, but they actually smell the natural soaps that are here. And she has black tar, which deals with eczema, itchy skin, definitely gets rid of the blemishes on your face. Oatmeal soap, peppermint, just all different kinds of soaps, and they're all made of shea butter, which is going to moisturize your skin while you're bathing.
Wow, so you just bathe in this just naturally like you bathe in any other soap?
Yes, but it's much better than regular soap for our skin.
Wow, I must come back and get some of this. Okay, let's moving along. We have more jewelry.
We just have an eclectic of things. These are rings from Todd Parsons, the same artisan who makes the Obama earrings. And if you see, he has Obama rings as well. All handmade.
Get a good shot of that. Wow.
Here we also have bracelets. This is Exodus by Design, another local artisan.
And she was on the Publishing Hour show, Brenda.
Yes, Brenda.
I was wondering if you had her pieces here.
Yes, we do. And we have a few of her earrings as well. She does great work.
Yes.
She does very great work.
Oh my God. That is awesome. I'm so glad to know she's here.
These are gourds, actually homegrown. They are local. By Harvey Gardens, and they actually grow these in the backyard. The husband grows them, and then the wife takes them and actually decorates them. So we have bird houses, we have bird feeders, we have gourds that you can just store things inside.
Wow.
And it's just beautiful, beautiful artwork.
Wow.
And they actually make lamps as well out of these gourds.
Wow. This is so nice.
And our latest artisan that just came aboard is an 11-year-old local artisan.
No way.
And the name of her company is Creativity Unleashed. She specializes in safety pin jewelry.
No
Yeah.
way.
I actually have one myself that she specially made for me.
That's gorgeous.
Yes.
11 years old.
11 years old. This
Oh
is safety
my,
pin jewelry.
that is so nice. Oh my goodness. Now you know, all you kids that are watching this show right now, look at what the 11-year-old did. Oh, that's giving great ideas. So mothers, fathers, teachers, let the kids be creative. And they
Yes.
can be right here in this historic store. And oh my God, that's just awesome. I'm loving it. Where else are we going?
Well, this line is called Honey Moi. It's also a local artisan who hand makes and hand prints her shirts. This line is more so for the urban feel of things, and we just wanted to have a lot of different and a lot of variety of things within our store because we are in the heart of Jackson Ward, which is known for tourism.
Okay.
So we just want to have a lot of different things. But this is Honey Moi. She actually has a male line called Boss, and I'll show you that as well. And as you can see, Boss is black, optimistic, successful Superman. So she's honoring the black men within our communities and within our society.
Wow. This is awesome. This is so awesome.
And here we have clothing. This is all from India that you see.
Wow.
All of these pieces, handmade, and the prints, and even though you may see 3 on the rack, they're all so different. They may look the same by first glance, but these are hand stamped and hand printed emblems on the garments. So every garment is going to be different because it is hand stamped.
Hand stamped.
Yes.
Wow. That's awesome.
And here we have more jewelry. We have like crocheted earrings.
Let's see if
This
I
is by Wild Child Designs.
Wow.
And she is wild with her creativity.
Wow. How cute.
Yes, these are definitely hot items here at the box.
We got shoes and earrings. What is that?
This is actually called neck art. This is by a student at University of Richmond, Tamisha Grayson. And pretty much people come in, it's just all about your style, your energy, your spirit, and they wear this around their neck just different ways. Some people wear it long. Some people double it up. But it's all about neck art. It's just all about neck art.
Wow.
Yes.
That is so interesting. I've never seen that before.
Yes, and these are actually recycled t-shirts.
No way.
Yes, they are.
Think of the ideas
Yes.
that the ones have.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's go over to the guitar here. I wanted to get that one on before we close.
Okay.
And before we lose.
Again, this is Wooden Things, the same artisan who actually made the ink pens that we saw earlier. He actually makes guitars by hand, and this is just a floor sample of his guitar. He can actually create whatever color that you want, size that you want, and he initials all of his guitars for you.
Well, thank you so much for letting us come here to the Box Brown Imports here in the historic Jackson Ward. And any last things you'd like to say before we close the show for today?
Yes, just please come on down to Jackson Ward. Just letting you know that on October 6th and 7th, we're actually celebrating 2 Street, the 2 Street Festival, right here, so you can learn all that you can about Jackson Ward. It's a fun festival. And remember, think outside the box, shop fair trade.
Hey, man. And thank you for being on the Publishing Hour show, and God bless.
Thank Thank you for watching the Publishing Hour show with host Apostle Jimmie Jamra. I know you enjoyed the show today. If you'd like a copy of the show, please look on the screen with the show number along with the email address, and we will be more than happy to send you the show. And thank you again for watching the Publishing Hour show with host Apostle Jimmie Jamra. Have a wonderful and blessed day.